Hey everybody, I'm late, but it's me. It's Michael B, and we've got a really fun show planned for tonight. It looks like the landscape in the home arcade space may be changing. The times they are changing because we've had two pretty significant announcements in the home arcade space in the last little while. And usually when there's something big and exciting coming out, it's typically Arcade1Up, but not so in this case, as the last two really big, surprising announcements have come from AtGames. So, with the way everything is going in the home arcade space right now, is that needle, that power needle, maybe shifting from one company to the next? We're going to talk about it tonight. I've actually got some people here to talk about it with me. You guys know I have an NDA with AtGames. I'm part of their YouTube Skype thread where they share media information with us. I also have an NDA with Arcade1Up for their beta tester program. And of course, I've been on that One Up show. I'm going to be on Arcade1 Update in the future. So I do have a relationship with Arcade1Up as well. So I got some people here to keep me honest, give their opinions, and we'll get a good look at it. Anyways, hopefully tonight's show is a ton of fun. I know a lot of people are probably watching Monday Night Football. A lot of people watching Monday Night Raw. But if you chose me, you chose wisely. Welcome to Chillin' Chat with Michael B. So everybody, I've got a gaggle of guests here, an absolute gaggle of guests. So excited to have everybody here. I'm Michael B. We've also got Papa Brad's Gaming, Shotgun Sean, and Rascal from That Gaming Show. Don't be confused, guys. Even though they're here, we're not going to go 4.5 hours tonight, I promise.
We've Snyder cut. Snyder cut.
Yes. We've also got Bill's Retro Gaming Show, Chaotic BPR, Steps Gaming, and we're going to have a bunch of fun. So what I want to do, if you guys watch my huge Saturday night stream I did a while ago, I like having different people on the show a couple times. A lot of times, I've got the same people on the show. It feels like an echo chamber. I like to bring different people in, showcase their channels, introduce them to some people that might not already know them. I mean, it's a small space. You probably already know them. But in the off chance you don't, it's an opportunity for them to really get in, talk about the subjects, and I just like hanging out with people, so it's fun. Anyways, first off, I want to say hello to my first guest. Just hit 2,400 subscribers here on YouTube. He's legit. It's Papa Brad. Papa Brad, do you want to say hello to everybody? Woo. Tell them a little bit about your channel and what they can see from you.
Yeah, I'm Papa Brad's Gaming. I have a YouTube channel. I cover all kinds of stuff. Arcade tours. I play classic arcade games. You never know what's going to show up on my channel, but it's always kind of a hodgepodge of home arcade related stuff and retro gaming stuff. So come check me out, Papa Brad's Gaming.
Awesome. And then to his right or to his left, I don't know how this works here, but we've got Shotgun Sean. I knew on a Monday night I'd get him because if I asked him on a Saturday night, he'd tell me he was at the bar.
Yes.
So I had to get him on a Monday night. Shotgun Sean, do you obviously everybody knows you. You've been around the community forever.
Yeah, buddy.
But recently, you've been on YouTube. You joined That Gaming Show with Scott Rascal, and now you're a presence here.
Yes, having a great time over on That Gaming Show. Tuesdays, 9 p.m., 4 hours long.
Now we got to bump those numbers up.
We definitely need to cut We definitely need to cut that show in half.
A little bit, yeah.
Just having a blast, man. We're gaming with the community coming up tomorrow, talking about games and having a good time.
Yeah, we're gonna plug you guys a little bit later. Rascal sent me some stuff, so I gotta
nothing kinky, right?
No, nothing kinky, but I gotta plug your show for tomorrow night. We'll do that later. Next up, we got Bill's Retro Gaming Show. I know P-Dubs calls you Wild Bill all the time. I won't get into that. I'm not gonna put you on the spot. Bill's Retro Gaming Show. It's a serious show about gaming. Bill, tell us about yourself. You're also on Game Time. Give us the rundown.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much said it right there. So it's Bill's Retro Gaming Show. I cover home arcade, retro gaming, sometimes a little bit of new gaming, just whatever piques my interest. I throw it out there. And then, of course, I do a show Tuesday nights with Stephen Haywood, the Tech Buzz, Mike of All Trades, Moat. And we got a new member who's going to be joining us that I'm not sure if it's supposed to be a secret or not. So I'm not going to say it tonight.
Just say it. No, you got to. You can't do that. No, that's
check
bullshit.
us out tomorrow night.
Bullshit.
8 p.m. on the Tech Buzz channel. Actually, I'm not 100% sure if he's joining us for sure tomorrow night. That's why I don't want to say it.
Give us a
yet,
hint.
But,
Give us a hint.
Old school gamer.
Old school gamer. Does he have a mustache? This is going to be like Guess Who.
20 questions.
Does he like to dress as Batman?
You'll have to wait and see.
I think I
I'll keep
might
it
know
there.
who it is. I think I might know who it is. All right, next up we got Chaotic BPR. Chaotic, last time I had almost everybody on from Arcades Anonymous. Somehow I left you off. I am so sorry, man. Thank you so much for being here tonight, man. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your channel, what else you do.
Well, first of all, thank you for inviting me. I'm just your normal home arcade guy. I love retro gaming and some modern console games as well, but this is the space I belong in. My channel is basically, I try to do like funny little skits with, home arcade products, and I do a lot of like Switch, physical copies of Switch games collecting. So, but I haven't done any new content in a while, but I got some new stuff coming on after Cleveland and everything. But I'm just your normal guy, man. I'm just glad to be here. Thank you.
I don't think you're a normal guy. You're a special guy. Say it.
I'm special.
Own it.
Steps. Most of you guys know Steps. You were with us in Chicago. Looks like you're going to be coming to Cleveland. Is that confirmed?
Likely.
Likely.
I'm bad at making commitments. I'm gonna have another video. Should I go to Cleveland? It's coming out soon. Anyway.
All right. Kristen Steps, tell us about your YouTube channel, where people can see you, and what you do.
At Steps Gaming, all one word, is my YouTube channel. I have fight game tournaments. I have a weekly show now, Fridays at 7 p.m. I'm the opening act for the Friday night power block. And after me is Glenn, and then the Super Game Room dudes. And that's been pretty fun. That was by the suggestion of people in my chat, so I went with it.
Yeah.
And occasionally, my tournaments are usually on Saturdays, but I sometimes now have been starting to do interviews. I recently interviewed, my kid, Pac-Man Fever, Buckner, Jerry Buckner. Then I have David Crane from Activision fame coming on my show after the weekend after Cleveland. So I'm really looking forward to that. I do mod videos, random stuff. Like I just got a $2 NFL Blitz from Facebook Marketplace. I'm fixing.
That's wild.
And
cool.
just stuff like that. It's whatever I can come up with, and I just go with it. It's fun.
So I always got to ask you, I'm always so weirded out when an opportunity comes up to do like an interview or talk to somebody that was like an idol for me. I don't know. It's like craziest thing in the world. So how do you feel doing these interviews? Are you totally comfortable with it?
Well, I've been bringing a panel on with me. Like the last one, Brad was on,
yeah.
and we all asked questions. But
it's fun.
But I think what happened to me was I was really prepared for the interview. I had good questions. I had good stuff. But then I left an Atari joystick on the screen the entire time.
Over his face?
Yeah.
And I didn't even get paid for it. So this next time, I'm going to make sure that I mention Atari since it's an Atari interview, but I don't leave the Atari stick on screen.
Good call. All right, last but not least, we've
Ad
got
placement
Rascal. Rascal, and I've been following Rascal ever since you were working with MCAP. Now you and
back in the
Sean
day.
are working together. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, your channel, tell us where you work, where your income is derived from, anything you want to share with us.
Okay. Hey, I work for myself. Thank you very much. And the channel's Rascal's Basement Arcade. Kind of says what it does what it says. Tuesday nights do a show that can last anywhere from 90 minutes to 4.5 hours with Shotgun Sean.
Yes.
And again, you'll be plugging that later. And
Yeah,
that show is basically, I don't know, everything gaming. I mean, we didn't want to, narrow down to retro. We talk about console gaming, PC gaming. We're, once a month we do live gaming with the viewers. So we'll vote on a game to go ahead and play and, spend an hour or two doing that. So other than that, reviews, shorts, live game streaming, and kind of like Steps, I recently got into doing interviews. Pulled one off about 2 weeks ago with the writer and co-director of big production on first-person shooters. And it was interesting. I was going to say, Steps, because I instead of going pre-recorded, I decided to go live and start injecting in video. That got complicated. It really did. But so that's the wrap.
I find interviews so hard. Like, I'll give you a little bit of how the soup is made now. Like, you've probably seen me on, like I did the last 2 episodes of that 1UP show, which I'm not really supposed to do. That's more of a marketing thing. I was going to do Arcade1 Update, but I've done that. And what they do beforehand is like a run a show. And if anybody's ever streamed with me before, you realize I don't plan anything. Like, I don't do anything ahead of time. I don't have any pre-questions or anything like that. So it's so weird to me to have like planned segments and stuff. Like, I'm just like, all right, let's turn on the camera and see what happens. So that's what I like doing. So it hasn't been like that. I'm hoping I can get them out of their comfort zone and just kind of do rapid fire stuff and see what happens in the future. We'll see what happens. Anyways, guys, I do want to bring the chat in, and they're going to be integral here in a minute. So I want to bring that up on the screen because this is actually a little bit of a celebration tonight as well. You're supposed to do this stuff with grace and like not make a big deal about it. That's what everybody says. But I actually had a pretty significant achievement happen over the weekend. I actually hit a plateau on YouTube. I hit 30,000 subscribers. So anyways, a little bit of a celebration. It's only been 12 years in the making. And, in another 25, I might even get my YouTube plaque. So I'm going to be super gray by that time if I'm still alive. Anyways, I hit 30,000 subscribers, and I'm going to do something I haven't done in a very long time here on YouTube. And that is, I got a little bit of a giveaway. Now, I'm going to explain something to you guys. I haven't done a giveaway since 2012, and there's a very good reason for that. So I actually got the video up. Don't be scared by this person you'll see on the screen. This is 2012 Mike, so he's going to look a little bit different than I currently look. He's a little bit healthier, a little bit younger. He's still got his life ahead of him. So anyways, this is
that really you. Wow.
Who is that baby face?
Look at all my NES games in the background.
Look at that flex. NES flex, man.
Oh man, I had
you had the games.
I had most of the TurboGrafx 16 collection too. I had 50 of them. I think like 56 of the 95 games, all in jewel cases too. Holy shit. I miss those days, but times change, right?
They're worth like triple what you sold them
for now.
I
know.
One of your videos actually popped up today, man. One of your videos from a long time ago popped up today. I think it was like the top 10 Commodore 64.
Oh, that wasn't me.
You did, and it was like 140. You had it was you. It was the same face. That guy right there, top 10, 146,000 views or something.
Yeah, I used to do these top 10 videos, and they used to get tons of views. Like I did one, and I went from having like 2,000 subscribers to 13,000 subscribers in the span of like a week and a half because it just blew up. And not like blew up like got millions of views, but it like every day I was getting like 15,000 views on this video, and like for all of us who do it now, 15,000 views is not a normal thing to get on a video, so it was kind of crazy. Anyways, I want to make sure the volume's down. So this guy, all the way back when I had 200 subscribers, gave away a bunch of stuff. I had extra stuff that was just like doubles and stuff like that, and I didn't want to sell it. So I did this giveaway, and what happened was I actually got some negative feedback because people were like, oh, you're only giving away stuff to try to, boost your numbers and stuff like that. So I just stopped doing it because I hated the fact that people took this nice thing I was doing and tried to turn it into a negative. So after that, I never ever did giveaways again because people suck. But anyways, just a little thing tonight. I got this spear thing here, so I figured I'd give it away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up our old friend, the Wheel of Names. And if you guys want to get in on my giveaway, I should clear those. What the hell is this from? I don't know. This was the AtGames giveaway.
It's from 2012.
How do I do new?
He did a giveaway for the AtGames AtGames on the AtGames stream, right?
You can just click in there and click on the list.
Yep.
Control A, Delete.
Hey, Venom Man,
Yeah.
Rascal, I
There
appreciate
you
it.
go.
So, anyways, guys, I'll
Tips of
tell
the
you.
trade.
I'll tell you. Let me take this down. I'll tell you what I'm giving away here now. I am giving away an AtGames Legends Core Max. So, anyways, I've got a
Sweet.
Legends Core Max that I want to give away just to say thank you for being here and being one of my 30,000 subscribers. So, if you want in, type MAX into the comments. I'm going to try to catch all your names. And while I do that, I'm going to rely on Papa Brad to lead a discussion talking about AtGames recent news about them bringing in Zen Pinball. So go around the wheel and let me know your thoughts on AtGames acquiring Zen Pinball. Brad, you start first.
Okay. Well, I mean, obviously, I think, that's a game changer. I mean, if you're into virtual pinball, Zen is probably one of the best companies that, that you can get a virtual pinball table from. So I think, them getting the Zen tables is going to be a game changer for AtGames. I mean, a lot of people have been playing them, using a PC, but to be able to play them natively on their new machine, I think it's a big deal. What do you think, Shotgun Sean?
Yeah, dude, it's great news. I can't wait to see what else comes out from Zen on the ALP for AtGames. But I'm a big fan of Addams Family. It's definitely one of my favorite, definitely one of my favorite tables. So when I seen this news, even just seeing the design of the new ALP 4K, like it's a definite for me, man.
Well,
I'm very excited for the Addams Family.
What's not to like? Dun-dun-dun-dun. Right? I mean, come on.
Next, who's next?
Bill?
All right, so I'm going to say I actually have mixed feelings about this. I do think it's a good thing for AtGames that they've gotten this license. It's interesting to me that they've only announced Addams Family so far, so I'll be curious to see what else they actually bring out. We know that there's going to be 15 specific themed machines, but obviously Zen has a ton more than just 15 pinball tables available. So we'll have to see how that all plays onto it. And being an owner of an original ALP, it's a little tough to swallow the fact that they're not going to be available for the machine I currently own. And that if I want them, I'm going to have to pony up for 1,000+ new machines. So while overall in general, it's great for them. And I think it's great for, people who are interested, who are going to be picking up the new 4K one. Personally, it's like bittersweet for me.
Bill, do you have did you keep your ALP stock, or did you buy things from third party and mod it?
It's still stock right now. I haven't done anything to it. The funny thing is, I have a PC that I think I can hook up to it. I didn't buy the Vibs board yet. And one of the reasons I didn't buy the Vibs board is because I was very much considering the upgrade board that they talked about, which now looks like it's either canceled or postponed. So that's another bone of contention for me. So I'm like kind of in limbo right now because I don't want to pony up for the Vibs board just in case they might bring this other thing out. But so I don't know. That's kind of where I am on
the
it.
Vibs board could probably easily be resold later if you don't use it.
Agreed.
I guarantee you that it'll come in short supply.
Yeah.
And when everybody wants it the most, and you can go ahead and sell it for what you paid for it.
Agreed. Or if they stick to their original plan, and you can basically sell back your old CPU board and Vibs board to them, you'll at least get a little something back from AtGames. So like I said, it was the reason I was holding off is because I was expecting that board. Now that I know it's either canceled or postponed, it might push me to buying the Vibs just to get Zen on there through OTG.
Well, I don't own a AtGames product at all. So, and I've never actually seen one in person. So going to Cleveland's kind of cool because I get to actually, even if it's older product, I at least get to see it. I get to touch it. I get to try it out. So I don't really know how I feel about it. I do have Zen Pinball on my Arcade1Up Attack from Mars pinball, and I did the mystery encoder hack with it. I'm able to play those Android versions of pinball Zen pinball tables. I enjoy it, and it's fun. It's cool, but I don't know how I feel about this. It's cool. It's great. I'd like to see what it looks like in person before I make any kind of like purchase decision.
All right, so I guess it's my turn. I'm going to say this first. I have no NDAs with any of these companies. I'm not endorsed by any of these companies. But if you like what I say, add Steps Gaming on YouTube and stepsgaming@outlook.com. Anyway, I think the pinball game that Zen made that I played the hell out of on my Xbox is Addams Family. I absolutely loves Addams Family. Next to Iron Maiden Pinball, it's probably my most desired pinball. So I thought they did the exact right thing by choosing Addams Family from the jump. I think it was smart. I think it's like it's like they're listening. It's like mashed potatoes and gravy. They're giving you that comfort food that you wanted. You're like, I want more of these tables that I remember playing back in the 90s when I was a kid or younger or whatnot. And those tables, a lot of those are Williams tables that are with Zen Pinball. So to me, it's really huge because they're committing to making their pinball the best. If it wasn't, even though it probably was already, they're making it the best virtual pinball. And I'm really looking forward to it. I don't know if I'm going to get one off the jump because of the price, but even at the price, I'm interested. I am. So that's how I feel about it.
Cool. And I agree on Addams Family. It's in the top 10 of all-time sales of pinball machines. So you can't go wrong there. It's actually funny when you look at the list how many of these are actually in Pinball FX. So, but I'm seeing everybody's side on this. We've got the folks who made the investment. I've got a machine here that has a SSF kit installed. I had the second or third Buy Stuff Arcade back box installed on it, and it's got just tons and tons of mods. I've invested in a computer for it that's sitting underneath it, wires everywhere. But then again, and so this new machine at $1,099 for day one for the first weekend, this weekend, by the way. Kind of torn as to the profit or the dollar value there based on what I've got. Now, maybe it becomes a second machine in a place like, this behind me where I've got room for more machines. I don't know. But the naysayers will be the naysayers, and the glasses half fulls will go ahead and say things like, yeah, so OTG is a thing, but it's also not the easiest, cleanest thing in the world. I mean, unless you really set up your popper, set up everything to be user friendly, it's always easier just walk in, power on the machine, and there's all the tables. So, it's got that going for it. Zen is a big name. We've seen everyone's videos in the last couple of days talking about how cool this could be. So, I'm looking forward to seeing what's coming next. I hear that we're going to have some more announcements this week. So who knows what they're going to say? They mentioned a whole bunch of tables by the end of 2024, but haven't spelled them out yet. And then we've got the whole fact that, okay, I own all 100 and whatever tables in Zen Pinball FX. These are going to have to be repurchased.
Yep.
Even if they only do a small selection, your pinball packs are usually $20, $30 nowadays. So you're probably looking at an investment there. Just like it used to be in the past. Do I buy Zaccaria again like I did in I own Zaccaria 3 different ways. So it's going to be kind of wait and see how it goes. But I'm really, attracted by that first weekend pricing. To go ahead and sell these at $1,099 versus what is it, $1,499 as a list, or is it $1,599 is the ultimate?
$1,499.
$1,499. I mean, math in my head tells me that's something like 30% off. So that doesn't suck.
especially for someone who didn't put all the money into.
You're in a
like,
unique
money
position,
that-
Sean.
yeah,
You really are.
Yeah.
I didn't. As
That's
well,
why I'm like,
so-
I've always wanted a better back box. Like I was thinking about going to buy stuff arcade, but then I see this product. I love the art that's on it. I love the Addams Family. I'm getting a better back box. I'm getting there's so much stuff that I'd be putting money to, spending on third party, than I could just spend on this, and I feel it's worth it. I feel it's a good price. Getting it as of the 22nd.
Yeah.
So, guys, we've got another guest. I knew he was going to show up late. So happy to have him here. Biggie D's Arcade.
Hey.
Biggie D was here last time. Biggie D, these guys did an awesome job. I actually got my list filled out. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to not delay this any further. I'm going to spin the wheel, make the deal. We're going to give away this Legends Core Max. Biggie D, I didn't know if you would be here or not. If your name comes up, unfortunately, none of the guests can win. So I'm going to have this.
Okay.
You
are disqualified.
I did enter.
Yeah, you did enter. So I'm gonna have to take you out, brother. See if I can find you here. There was
I
some.
should have
Yeah,
waited.
I was just gonna say, if you'd waited another 10 minutes,
I know, like
You'd have
5
been
minutes.
eligible.
I
would've
found
won.
you. I took you out. So I apologize. So I got some super chats to go over. Very quickly, I'll do this because I know he wants me to read it. And Console Fanboy made one too, so I got to read it. So I've got a $4.99 super chat. 29.9999. I just unsubbed. Thanks, Kevin. You're a pal. I'm actually at like 30,000.
Did you take his name out of the list?
So. Anyways, please don't be mad at me, guys, but I got to give the people what they want.
Love it.
Shit, that was the long one. That was the special one I made for
extended cut.
And yeah, let us
Jason
know when we
Lilalian.
can do the pee break next time, okay? Gee.
That's the special one I made for my moderator, Jason. He went to see They Live one night, so I did that one specifically for him. Anyways, guys, before we get any further along, let me just bring this up. Man, there's so many people on the show tonight. So here's our wheel of names. I got to figure out how to make this big screen here, guys. We may be hidden, but it's more importantly to have the wheel of names up right now.
You want a few tips really fast?
Yeah, sure.
Up by the ad, just top right, hit the X to close the ad.
Hit the X to close the ad. Where's the ad? This here?
Right there. Boom.
Okay.
Then top right, underneath where it says English, click hide. The whole list will go away. Keep going, keep
English.
going, all the way to your right. Keep
Don't hide
going
all the
and
names on
down.
the wheel.
Nope, down. There you go.
Hide.
Boom.
What's wrong with having the name out there? There's nothing wrong with transparency here.
And
Rascal.
then I believe, I could be wrong, and this could botch the whole thing, but between customize and more, I think that little square thingy. Nope, not that. Get rid of that.
Okay.
That little thing. There you go.
Hey, thanks, Rascal. You're a pal. All right. Are you guys ready? Let's see
Wow.
who the winner is.
Good luck.
Winner of the AtGames Legends.
Oh, God, did my wife
Corvex.
actually join the thing?
No.
round
Good
and
luck.
round we go. Where it stops, nobody knows.
And here we go. Brrr, big money, big money, big money. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Stop. And the winner is Joseph, 23 USA. Congratulations, Joseph.
Congratulations.
Joseph, hit me up. My email is povmb@yahoo.ca. I'm going to type that in the chat so I don't forget it. When you don't forget it, send me an email with your shipping address. I'll get that out to you. It's going to be a little while. I'm leaving for Cleveland in a day. So just hit me up and I'll get it out to you as soon as humanly possible. That's the other reason I don't do giveaways here very often, because I live on an island off the coast of Canada. So this is going to cost me like $50 to send this out.
Does it take you 5 days to get to Cleveland?
No. If I drove, it'd take me about a week and a half. Like OTG, who's here in the chat, he was saying to me a little while ago he was going to be in my area, and I think I told this story somewhere else, but he's going to be in like the maritime provinces, like Halifax. And I was like, awesome. So that's a 12-hour drive, 10-hour ferry ride, and another 4-hour drive once I get landed. So it's going to be wild. Anyways, sorry, Kristen, go ahead.
I was gonna say, when you're in Cleveland, you could be Wild Thing, you know. because you're the Cleveland fan, right? The baseball fan. And last time when we were in Chicago, you were the one that had all the energy, man. You were like, go, go, go. You'd eat White Castle and it would power up like Super Mario ate his mushroom, you know? So I think you should be Wild Thing all weekend.
Funny enough, I do have a Rick Vaughn jersey here from the movie. That's not a joke, but I got it when I was a little bit smaller, so I don't really think I'll be wearing it there. I'm not really a medium anymore. My poor wife, I've put on so much weight. Anyways, Rascal, go ahead, my brother.
Right there on the screen, Bobby one says, bring the Max to Cleveland and ship it from the States.
Oh, that's a really good idea. I'll do that. Good stuff. All right. So before we go any further, Biggie D, thank you so much for being here, man. I gave everybody else an opportunity to announce themselves, talk about what they're doing on YouTube. Here's your opportunity. Throw it out there before I get into some more super chats here, brother.
Yeah, for sure. So I was on just a couple weeks ago, so it wasn't that long ago. But it's Biggie D's Arcade. We cover anything home arcade, mostly Arcade1Up, but a lot of AtGames. Also iArcade modding. I've been doing that lately, so I cover some of that on the channel, as well as deals. We're really focused on trying to save money on any home arcade products. So if you're interested in deals or you're trying to shop and get good prices, you can follow my channel, and I update every day community post anytime I see a good deal in home arcade.
All right, so we got some more super chats. Thank you very much, Biggie D. I just want to get through these really quick. Console Fanboy brings this up. It's actually really good timing that you're here as well. So I got a $4.99 super chat from Console Fanboy. Hey, Michael B. Tony from Geek Getaway just dropped a video about Scott Bacharach leaving 1UP. Is that true? Can you discuss later? Not only can I discuss later, we actually have the guy here who broke the first video that Tony D talked about. Tony from Geek Getaway talked about, and that is Biggie D. Biggie D was the first person to break this news a little bit earlier, so that's another piece of what we're going to talk about tonight in the home arcade space shifting. Apparently, Scott Bacharach is no longer the CEO. I'm going to give Biggie D a chance to fill us all in on that, but before we do that, you got to give the people what they want. See, short version. Hopefully it's not as abrasive this time when I do it. The shorter version hopefully is not as bad. Anyways, thank you very much, Console Fanboy. Bring that off. So, Biggie D, tell us a little bit about this. You broke this news from your unnamed source that I definitely don't know who it is. So, why don't you tell us a little bit about this news? Scott Bacharach apparently is no longer with Arcade1Up as CEO.
Yeah, so I don't know anything about that. I watched the video today. Was completely unaware of Scott Bacharach not being the CEO anymore. But I did know of the news he spoke about with them owing this venture capitalist or vulture capitalist. I don't know how you would put it, because they kind of loaned them some money when they needed it to kind of keep the business going. And now it's come due now. You know, the money's due. It's typically a 3 to 5 year loan on this type of deal that they got working, and supposedly that's coming due next month. That's what my inside source said. So that's about all I know.
Yeah, in New York, we just call those loan sharks, or you know, Uncle Jimmy, whichever.
Yeah, so it's funny enough that all these home arcade companies, I can't speak for AtGames because I actually don't know who their main financer is, but I remember when. Well, it's Walmart and Pac-Man. Good jump. But I remember last year in Chicago, like talking to Michael Svebeck, and he was so excited because AtGames had just secured some new, not AtGames, I'm jumping ahead. iArcade had just secured some new funding, so they were going to be able to go out and get some cool games to bring to the console. And someone explained to me it's something like a Section 1 funding where you get a lot of money up front, but you know you got to pay it back by a certain time, or it's big trouble. I don't know what iArcade did, but I'm assuming this is the same kind of funding that Arcade1Up had, and where they couldn't or didn't meet their commitments possibly. That's why some of these changes happened, or maybe not. I don't know.
So yes, here's some of my notes. Arcade1Up is considering selling. They don't want to sell right now because it's not going to make sense for them to sell low. They want to get back to, you know, being profitable again before they try to sell. But they are in the market to sell the company in the future, in the near future, possibly. And this money is coming due. It's going to put them in a really bad position. There's a lot of high-level executives at the company that I hear are moving out. They're going to probably have to bring in new people. So there's a lot of changes going on behind the scenes right now. We really don't know a whole lot. I just kind of got this inside information. I was able to deliver that on a live stream a couple weeks. And then we've got the recent video here that just came out today. So I'm sure hopefully we'll be learning some more over, time here over the next few weeks.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, hopefully, you don't want any of these companies to go down realistically. It sucks. No matter what you like, one company or another, I mean, the more products that are out there, the better for us. So I don't want anybody to go away. I never did. And hopefully, if someone does buy Arcade1Up, it's a good thing and they make better products. Or if not, hopefully Arcade1Up, changes direction and makes themselves a lot more profitable. We'll see what happens. So let's get back onto the main topic. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about tonight in the big news in the home arcade space, Zen Pinball has been kind of, running the rampants of all the news cycles. But that's not the first bit of news and the first, I guess you would say, traitor to Arcade1Up and their exclusive licenses in the last little while going to AtGames, because just a couple months ago, AtGames also announced that, let's see if I can bring this up now. Hold on one second, guys. I got to bring this up. You're not allowed to share these PowerPoint presentations. AtGames tells you not to, but I always do because I like to push boundaries. So anyways, AtGames brought this news out a little while ago that basically, now Rascal, you're going to have to help me. I'm not 19K Fox. How do I get this full screen instead of just this?
Oh dear. Presentation mode. Where is it hiding?
Let's just go like this. All right.
Yeah, I can't see your screen good enough.
Yeah, no worries. So AtGames signed a deal with Microsoft to bring rare games to their system, of course, with the big one being Killer Instinct coming. So kind of want to go in same random order we did last time. So let's start at the bottom this time with our newest guest, with Biggie D. Biggie D, tell me your feelings on AtGames being able to acquire Microsoft and bringing Killer Instinct to the Legends line of products. How did this make you feel when you heard about it? Did it make you more interested in AtGames?
Yeah, I was thinking this was really big news when we heard it. And, Rare, Killer Instinct, Battletoads, everyone knows these names. They're, if you're into arcades or you're into video games, you probably have played Battletoads growing up on the NES or the SNES. So this is a popular title. I also really liked that they were going to bring pinball tables as well. We saw that they were going to bring the Sea of Thieves pinball. I think that's really cool. And it just adds to what they got going on with Zen. But these are recognizable franchises, licenses that they've gotten that just adds to their success. And it takes away from Arcade1Up and their success that they've had.
Rascal, how about you, man? What did you think of this news?
I mean, I've been dying to play Killer Instinct against Sean forever. The dude's got a KI2 actual cab, right?
Sure do, buddy. Yep, they got the KI2
Wow.
machine from an arcade that I hung out in. So my buddy's
For $300 bucks, wasn't it?
300. Nothing wrong with
dog,
it.
you.
Yep.
So beyond that, you've also got the Killer Instinct from 1UP.
That was one of my favorite purchases, I should say, from 1UP. Before that, it was the collector's edition Marvel cab, the Marvel superheroes. I haven't bought a 1UP since then. And then once Killer Instinct came out for 1UP, I picked that up, and I think I paid, what was that, $299? That was $299.
That's a hell of a deal.
You got it on the
Great
deal,
on
yeah.
that. Yep.
That was almost as good as the $150 deal that I think 3 people took advantage of, or could.
P-Dub's got it.
Yeah.
P-Dub's got it.
Sweet, man. I almost did. But so there's a lot of great titles on there. One of the things I'm kind of looking forward to, Battletoads will be maybe one of the first, or at least, another multiplayer title that's more than 2 players on the local cab. So I think Biggie D, Battletoads is 3-player, right?
Yep.
Yes, on the arcade, yep.
So, folks who have the quad play be able to finally, make use of it with the built-in games. I think the only other game that works with more than 2 players is Ninja Kids, if I'm correct. So
People play the built-in games?
So, some do, I hear. Some do. No one notices them until you take them away.
Yeah.
and then they scream and shout. I used to play that game. No, you didn't. No, we have numbers here. You didn't. So yeah, but there's actually some other good titles on there from the NES, Super NES era as well from Rare.
Yeah.
So looking forward to some RC Pro-Am. Definitely.
I'm not a big fan of console games on arcade cabinets. It's just not something I'm ever going to promote. But, RC Pro-Am's pretty fun. RC Pro-Am's a lot of fun. Snake Rattle and Roll, a lot of fun. Some of the other ones are the shits. Let's just be honest here.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with the pinball license. Tables are going to do. And Big D, they said Sea of Thieves. They said they're going to go into a KI theme. I mean, some of their original tables have come out pretty unique.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're not a rehash of all of the Dr. Seuss tables, because they've seemed to have gotten into a pattern on those tables. But, the ones they did for Natural History were pretty darn unique.
Yeah.
They took the Taito or Tato, depends on, if you're north of the border, south of the border. They took that formula and spun it around nicely. So, looking forward to seeing what the heck comes out of that.
Steps, how about you? What did the Killer Instinct news mean to you? Like, for me, it just made perfect sense, because one of the things we all know about AtGames is you can play pretty much anything on it, but one thing you can't play was Killer Instinct. So this is the kind of game you want to bring to the console.
Yes. Yeah, well, when I saw it, my first thought was, oh wow, they're taking a leap, and they're getting a license that once was Arcade1Up's, and I started thinking maybe this is the start of the shifting of the tide, and they've kind of continued slowly. Yeah. And I wasn't immediately thinking, wow, Killer Instinct. I was also thinking, okay, what's next? Because I have a Killer Instinct tab. I can play Killer Instinct a lot of ways, but I just was curious, what are they doing? Because to me, I'm a little bit on space. A multi-cade is great. And if I could legally own the games and play them online, if they could get to that point, that would make me a very, very happy person. So I think it was a really great move on their part. I kind of getting hints that there's more to come, but I also see that they're not moving super fast, which is good, because sometimes you move too fast and it comes crashing down.
And it hurts inside.
So far, so good.
See if anybody got my Hulk Hogan reference there. Now, Chaotic, before we jump to you, I do got a couple super chats I want to get to really quick and force my pinball money videos out there. So, $2 super chat from Nicholas DiOrio. Which co-host's wife won the Blitz? I don't want to talk about it, but thank you very much for the super chat. You got to give the people what they want. I'm dying to play that Pulp Fiction table, but that is in like limbo right now. Brad, did you get a chance to play it? Because was that
I've never played it. I mean, I want to play it, but I haven't seen it. They didn't have it at Southern Fried Gaming Expo. Not even one.
That's what I was going to ask you, because I wasn't sure if it was at Southern Fried or if it was at Texas Pinball. And now you reminded me it was at Texas Pinball. They had one machine there and people were lined up like crazy. We got another super chat here from Kevin Clausen, 30,000. I just resubbed. Great entertainment. And I know what Kevin Clausen wants. Elvira, House of Horrors. That's another one I would love to get. Rascal, go ahead.
How many of those clips do you have?
Too many.
So many. All right, let's see if I missed anything else. Oh, yeah, I got them. Oh, you didn't have to do that, my man. Super chat, you the man, Joseph23 USA. Don't forget to send me an email at povmb@yahoo.ca, and I will send out your Legends Core Max to you, my man. Thank you very much. I'm gonna do you a favor, and thank you so much for the super chat. You didn't need to do that. I'm not going to play a video. I'll give everybody else a break, too. Because we also got a super chat here from Console Fanboy. Here's my super chat to remind you of your other super chat. Thank you very much for the $2, Console Fanboy. I had to get to it. There's so much stuff going on. We also got a $5 super chat here from James Hates Everything. Here's my super chat to remind you of Cancel Fanboys. Thank you for the reminder, James Hates Everything. I appreciate it. I think we're almost caught up now. Oh, there we go. We got another $4.99 super chat from Console Fanboy. AtGames is the future. They've been building the Death Star in the background. Been hearing that everywhere. Remember what happened to the Death Star? Oh, Console Fanboy put out a video earlier today. He was not happy about the amount of videos that people have been putting out about the Zen Pinball coming to AtGames. He was very upset about it. I laughed at him. He was like, look at this guy. He made 4 videos about it. I typed in, I was like, LOL, I'm making another one tonight. It's 5. Thank you for the super chat, Console Fanboy.
Damn, I'm behind. I got to make 3 more.
Yeah. Guys, this is massive news with massive implications. And let's be real here. Like I talked about at the beginning of the show, I mean, nothing's been happening for like a year. Like, you know, even when Arcade1Up announced a new title, like they announced Fast and the Furious and Time Crisis is here. It's not like it really took your breath away. It wasn't like, you know, when was the last time we were really shocked in the home arcade space? Like
something's been happening because AtGames got Killer Instinct.
AtGames
got Zen Pinball.
Yeah.
AtGames is building the next technological terror of home arcade in 4K pinball and in home arcade. So something has been happening. You know, it's just it's not been all revealed yet.
Yeah, but let's be real here too. We've sat on 0 news basically from AtGames all year long. We're just now starting to get information from them. So, I mean, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe they've been, you know, keeping things close to the chest, wait until it was the right time. But yeah, Mike's right. I mean, there really hasn't been much super interesting news all year for most of the year, even from AtGames.
I think like the last time I was legit shocked by like an Arcade1Up piece of news or something like that might have been when the rumor was like they were going to announce Simpsons at CES, and we were all like, we know you're going to announce Simpsons, it's not a big deal. And then they pulled the old switcheroo and announced X-Men. So I was like, holy shit, they're doing X-Men. But like after that, there hasn't been anything that's really come out that made me say, wow, that's huge. Before these 2 pieces of news, I mean, Killer Instinct and Zen Pinball. Like I was Zen Pinball. I was like, holy shit! I said holy shit in the AtGames Skype thread. I was like, holy shit!
So you're telling me you don't have a casino cade on order?
No, I don't. that didn't make me say holy shit. That made me scratch my head and said, what the?
You know, I was
impressed. I think that made me say holy shit, but it was for a different reason.
Biggie, you were about to say something.
Though, when Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was announced.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was a really big deal when that news hit.
Yeah.
But then it never turned out that great because of the online problems and, you know, just all the issues with it, you know, but we still don't know what's going to happen with the AtGames 4KP. You know, it's all great right now.
Yeah.
But let's actually see this product get released before we claim it the champion.
I'll say this about AtGames. They have a proven track record. And for AtGames, the pinball has been one of my most played arcades over over a period of years. And the Legends Ultimate has been a fantastic multicade, and they've kept that thing fresh for how many years now? I mean, and it's been a trooper. Like I haven't had to do anything to it. I mean, just replace buttons when they wear out, which of course they do because the way I play games. But what I'm saying is like they have a proven track record, and you know, I'm excited. I'm just gonna say it. I'm excited for this new pinball. I'm excited for people that are coming into it new. Like, you know, and the other thing, all these, if the Legends pinballs that are going to get sold on Facebook Marketplace, there are going to be more people playing pinball, and that's great for the hobby, not only for digital pinball, but real pinball. Because once you get that bug, Michael B, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
Playing pinball.
Yeah.
Next thing is we start seeking out real pinball.
So we got to get to Chaotic. I haven't forgot you, man. I do want to mention I was on 19K Fox's stream last night, and I will say, guys, like honestly, I bought a real pinball machine, but I'm not saying everybody should go and buy real pinball machines. They're really expensive. It's expensive to maintain them. And Brad, you mentioned it. Like if you got somewhere you can go play pinball and like just go play it, man. You don't need to have a pinball machine in your house. I live on this little island. There's nothing
You
here.
can.
That's the only reason I
Yeah,
bought
if
one.
you- if
Because
you're
if I
lucky
didn't
enough.
buy it, I was SOL, right?
Dude, you would've- go ahead.
Really quickly, $1.99 super chat here from Console Fanboy. Can Steps please do a live Mountain Dew taste test? He gave you a hard time about this Mountain Dew stuff in the past, hasn't he?
Yeah, to be honest with you, if it wasn't for him, it wouldn't have gotten over. So thank you. I appreciate it. But all I got today is water because I took that bath this last weekend in Mountain Dew, so I'm all out.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. Whenever anybody gives you a hard time about shit, just lean into it. That's what I do. So, also, we've got a $1.99 super chat from Headshake TV. Went to Captain's Auction showroom today. Amazing. I want to get there someday.
Cool.
Like, I keep seeing these tours. I watch the live auctions. Looks like so much fun. Thank you so much, Headshake TV. Also, I'm sorry, guys. Alan Andrews, Clay Creations and more, $4.99. Congrats on 30K, Michael B. Looking forward to see what pinball you get next. Sorry, guys. I am really, thank you very much, Andrews Clay Creations. I'm really excited because it was announced we're going to get to play Venom at the Cleveland Gaming Classic. So I'm excited to check that out.
The heck out of that.
Yeah, that looks great.
Played a bunch of Venom.
Hopefully they bring the premium model and not just the Pro, because that's the one I really want to check out. Yeah.
They
Yeah,
will,
so the
100%.
Pro is 7,000, and then the premium's what, 10,000?
8,499 I think is the new premium price,
I think
and the
that-
Pro price is up to is it
closer to
699 now?
15.
I thought it was $69.99 for the Pro.
I saw PD7's video, and today in his video it showed $6,999 at that retailer, but that was only in Chicago. I've never seen it anywhere else at that price.
So the MSRP I thought for the new Stern tables was it might be $699 for the Pros, which is disgusting. $6,999.
Yeah, you're accurate. That's the number.
I thought the premiums were $8,499 now. When I bought my Godzilla, it was
$96.99.
What the hell?
And let's go LE just for the heck of it. This is straight from Stern's website. 12,999 for the LE.
Oh, that's disgusting. That's disgusting.
You're gonna need some more pinball money.
Yeah. Speaking of which, question for Biggie D. He had mentioned that candy cabs were coming next year. Can he please tell us when next year? Thanks so much.
Yeah, so this was a question I had for my source on, and this was actually before my video I had a couple weeks ago. This was a couple months ago I had made this prediction, and this was just basically stating that Arcade1Up is actively discussing a candy cab. They're not making one. They're not ready to make one. They're just actively discussing it as a potential product for next year or sometime in the future.
Yeah, candy cabs are getting big with a lot of people right now. I know like a lot of guys are going on getting the Chulix and the Vulixes, and 19K Fox bought an actual candy cab. It's not really a North American thing. That comes from the Japanese culture. I don't get it. I don't want to sit down like on a chair and play an arcade, but different strokes for different folks. They're certainly cool. You can get new ones here, but like there's a very weird way of doing it. I remember watching a video from John's Arcade, and he actually went to like one of the big U.S. dealers of how they get them in. So, I mean, if you're going to get a candy cane, might as well get a real one, right? So,
Biggie D, you should have like a silhouette man on screen as like a guest, and you could have your mystery guest with a disguised voice, and you could have a stream with the mystery source.
No,
I would do hella views.
Even
shadows.
Even with his voice disguised, like the minute he started talking, you know who his source is. So you can't.
Well, you don't even need to have the real source. Have a fake person do it and claim it's the mystery source, because nobody will know the difference. Just do it.
What's that cloud of smoke and that scent of gummy bears?
All right, so chaotic BPR. Sorry, we left you hanging on this. I'm a piece of shit, man. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Killer Instinct coming to AtGames. So, what did that make you think at that moment? Because that was the first big company to really betray Arcade1Up. This unwritten rule of exclusivity. Yeah, like that was the thing. Arcade1Up. When John D was there, all the licenses were exclusive. nothing written on paper except for Zen, but these were exclusive deals that was known they were exclusive. And Microsoft's the first one to be like, yeah, F that. We're going working with AtGames. So what did that make you think, Chaotic BPR?
So, I mean, John D, he always said that, Arcade1Up, we hold 99.999% of all licenses, of all arcades, all the good ones anyway.
Yeah.
So when you see things like Microsoft and Rare jumping ship, leaving them, now you see Zen leaving them. What's next? And could Capcom follow by? What happened to Konami? Is Konami leaving? And that's the thing you got to think about. So it's like
Sega.
Yeah, Sega.
Where's the new Sega cab? Where's the Konami XL cab? Or even
all
a deluxe?
These are left to be determined. We won't know until they actually sign a new license with Arcade1Up. Until they do, we got to roll them out.
Right, exactly. So seeing AtGames grab all this, great for them. And it's a product I don't own. It's something I would be interested in. But like you, Michael B., I'm not really a multi-K guy. Even though I do have an IR Arcade, I do enjoy my IR Arcade, but it was for games that I couldn't get anywhere else other than, say, like Nintendo Switch download store. But they play great with arcade controls. And that's something I did enjoy with that. But mostly I own Arcade1Up product because of the way the cab looked.
Nostalgia.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's what drove me to this. So it's great that they're getting it. It's a product I don't own. But I mean, I don't really get excited about it because it's a multi-cade environment. I've never seen one in person. I've never touched one, so I don't know how I feel about it because I've never experienced one.
So I actually love multicades. Like I loved my iArcade when iArcade was still in business. New games were coming. There was something excitement. You would wait for Fridays to see what was coming out. Some Fridays you would get shit like Saturn and you'd be like, this is the best day in the world. Other weeks you would get Escape from Popo and you'd be like, I'm gonna put my foot through this machine.
Yeah.
But it made it fun because like you would play, we'd play with our friends and it didn't matter if the game sucked or not. It was like getting together for your poker game.
I guess so. I mean, but for me,
I get it.
I
get it.
It reminded me when the Wii first came out and the Wii Virtual console, the Wii Virtual Shop, and like every Monday I think it was Monday or Friday, I would look forward to see what new NES game was going to be for sale. iArcade also had that, so that was the part that really died for me when iArcade went under. Is like those Fridays weren't going to be there anymore, where we weren't getting the new game announcements, so that really sucked. Anyways, I had
since we're talking iArcade, can I say something?
Yeah, sure.
I have a bit of a feeling of deja vu. Let's look at the death of iArcade.
Yeah.
What's the first thing happened? Well, we heard they were losing Double Dragon.
Yeah.
Arcade1Up is losing titles. They lost Zen Pinball. They lost Killer Instinct. What's the next thing we heard about iArcade? They're letting employees go. They've cut a bunch of people back. Michael's Faybeck, and they're answering customer support calls rather than someone else answering them. So, I mean, we're kind of seeing the same thing with Arcade1Up. And I really have a feeling of deja vu. I hate to say it because they're much bigger than iArcade ever would be. So, but they're letting a lot of their, talent is gone. A lot of people are leaving, It's a singular situation, isn't it?
No, Brad, that's entirely fair. Like, these are warning signs, you take it and you say, this makes me uncomfortable. The only big difference with the two companies that I would say the biggest warning sign for a lot of us was the fact that we'd be like, hey, when are you making more cabinets? And they were like, we're not going to make any more cabinets. You'd be like, the hell are you doing with your company if you're not making any cabinets?
We're focusing on software.
I guess they didn't have Pac-Man, If they would have Pac-Man, they would have been like, we're going to make more Pac-Man. Who doesn't love Pac-Man? Everyone loves Pac-Man.
So really quickly, we got to get back to Bill's Retro Gaming Show, but I see my buddy Paul Minderman here in the chat, and I know, Paul, this has been one-sided. Don't worry, it's going to come back around, and Paul's also in the same place I am as well. I love multicades. I love playing stuff, but there's one thing that I really like what Arcade1Up does, and I'm a sucker for this, is the nostalgia, seeing the cabinet art, seeing the control panel and everything like that. It might not be the best way to play it, but that nostalgia brings me there. It's the same as why I buy NES minis instead of buying a Raspberry Pi. So same conversation. Is it the best way to play it? I don't know. but I sure like that nostalgia. Anyways, Bill's Retro Gaming Show.
Mhm.
Killer Instinct came to AtGames. How'd it make you feel? Warm and fuzzy inside?
No conquer's bad for a day. No buy.
I told them not to get that. I said for pinball, that's an amazing title, right? But
Actually, would be a wild pinball
Oh,
machine,
yeah.
wouldn't it? Listen, I thought the news was pretty cool. I don't own a KI cab. I wasn't as interested in that game enough to buy the cab. I actually like Battletoads more than I like Killer Instinct.
Battletoads is dope, yeah.
It is.
So I'm excited to get this. I have the Gamer Pro from AtGames, and I have it hooked up to a Core Max now, so should be able to handle that maybe more than the original one could. So I'm excited to see those games come to AtGames for sure. Let me just take a minute, because I know everybody's talking about what this means for Arcade1Up and everything, and I'm not seeing this as a death knell for Arcade1Up. Just because, okay, first of all, let me say something that's going to shock a lot of people. Companies are in business to make money.
And YouTubers.
Wow. Imagine that. Exclusivity only makes sense if the deal is super sweet.
Yeah.
Arcade1Up already put out a Killer Instinct cab. They already put out a Pro cab. What the hell more were they going to do with that license?
Bill, we're going to get there. You're ruining the show.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, if I'm jumping ahead, I'm sorry. But listen, to be honest with you, the staff shakeups concern me more than the licensing, because I don't necessarily think they've lost licenses. I think there's more licenses out there to get, or that they have that they could utilize. I don't necessarily see that as an issue here. I'm more concerned about the staff shakeups when it comes to Arcade1Up.
Yeah, that's fair. Rascal, I'll tell you right now, if P-Dubs was here, he would flip out about you having a water bottle. Trust me, that's from personal experience.
Well, why does he not like water bottles?
Oh, he hates water bottles. He's a touchy guy in person, actually, if you ever meet him.
Well, my water bottle's a little bit more unique. It's very sanitary, because, the water's here and the flavor's here and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah. All right. Shotgun Sean, Killer Instinct came to AtGames. Obviously, you already have ways to play it with Arcade1Up, but how did the AtGames stuff make you feel?
I was excited. I felt like how Toe Jam and Earl was released on iArcade when they said that, Killer Instinct's coming AtGames. Seriously, man, that was a shock. I was not expecting that at all. And also to see what they're going to do pinball-wise for these titles. And no one's talking about Sea of Thieves, man. I loved Sea of Thieves since it came out on Xbox. Like, it was a very fun pirate game. There was no other game like that. So I want to see what they're going to do with Sea of Thieves also. But yeah, man, no matter how many times I play Killer Instinct on, whether it's on a console, whether it's on a 1-Up, whether it's on, whatever, man, I'm still gonna be a fan of it and get myself a copy, whatever the hell it's on. And one thing I got to say to you, man, when you brought up, I'm going back to 1-Up right now. When you talked about nostalgia, is like the Mortal Kombat cab. When you're playing on a 6-button, let's just say like you're playing like a 6-button control like Street Fighter, how weird is it to hit the run button when you're playing Mortal Kombat 3? Like, that is one thing, man, I got to give props on, is that the controls on that, where the run is, where I always used to like hitting my thumb down on hitting the run. Can't do that on a 6-button like a Street Fighter kind of layout, dude. So they did that right. I feel they did that very well.
Concessions of multicade. Sometimes it works good, like with the Killer Instinct cabs, not the Killer Instinct, Mortal Kombat. The run button separate. Other times it doesn't work so good when you're playing Paperboy with those Mortal Kombat controls.
Yeah.
Like one example.
Yep.
Yeah.
Papa Bread, Killer Instinct came to AtGames. What'd you say?
Oh man, what a win! What a win!
Yeah.
I mean, big. Now they got to make it work though. They got to make it run on their hardware, which will probably be the biggest challenge. But what was one of the games you couldn't play on CoinOps X? You couldn't play Killer Instinct.
Nope.
And AtGames, part of the power of the system and the popularity of it is that you could bring your own games, and people do, and they love it. They love it. It's a great multicade. So I think getting Killer Instinct is fantastic. If they can make it work online, that's even better. I mean, that's really one of the more important things.
So there is one thing I'm a little bit concerned about. I think that AtGames right now, with everything they've got going on with pinball, I think they're probably going to pull back a little bit on development for the ALU 4K. They're going to focus on the pinball and make sure they get those out first. So with the release of Zen Pinball on the ALP 4K, one of the things that's really made a lot of existing owners mad, and a lot of people in the high arcade space will be familiar with this concept, is that people who bought the original ALP, a lot of them are mad now. They kind of feel left in the cold that these Zen titles aren't coming to the original ALP. They're only going to be for the 4K pinball. So going back to Killer Instinct, right now the idea is this is going to be on both. But let's be honest here, a Killer Instinct, it's a hard game to emulate.
Demanding game.
It's a demanding game.
Very demanding.
So they're going to have to do some voodoo, possibly work with Code Mystics to get it to work, like Code Mystics did with the Arcade1Up chip. So it'll be scary if Arcade1Up then releases the ALU 4K press kit, and they're like, Killer Instinct, only available on the ALU 4K. I think fans will be upset then again, too.
Is it confirmed that Code Mystics is not working on the Killer Instinct for AtGames? Because somebody in the chat said that they weren't.
I don't think we know either way.
We don't.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, we haven't heard much about this rare Microsoft partnership since it was originally announced. It's kind of been radio silent since then.
So another thing Tony TDG's talked about today, and he was there in the chat, he's mentioned it a couple times. He was like, AtGames should be wary with their Killer Instinct license because Arcade1Up lost money on it. But there's another side to that, too, that a lot of people forget. Arcade1Up lost money on Killer Instinct because of their absolute bonehead marketing decisions to announce a Killer Instinct cab, and then before it ever hit retail, then announced a pro cab. So they shot themselves in the foot right from the beginning, because people are like, why the hell am I going to buy the 3/4 if I can buy the pro cab a little later on? And then, of course, the pro cab, when that came out, then they clearanced all the 3/4 cabs. So who the hell is going to buy a pro cab that's priced $1,000 if you can buy a $299 Killer Instinct 3/4?
That's what I did, man. Yeah. That's why I picked up the $299. That's
honestly, Arcade1Up losing money on that. They went out of their way to try to lose money on Killer Instinct. They submarine their own project. I'm not as worried about it with Arcade1Up.
It's not just that, because with AtGames, if you have the AtGames hardware, you can get whatever game you want. If you I could buy Killer Instinct for $25, great, I could do it. But with Arcade1Up, you have to be like, I want to buy a whole entire cabinet. So there's a difference there too.
Yeah. All right. So now I want to flip this, because it's easy to say, man, gigantic shift, AtGames is running the gambit. But let's look at it from two perspectives here, both sides. Realistically, Killer Instinct, like we talked about just then, didn't make money for Arcade1Up. They've already released a 3/4. They've released a pro. It wasn't successful. So it's fair to say that maybe Arcade1Up technically was probably done with that license. And then Zen Pinball as well. I mean, Arcade1Up hasn't made a new pinball machine. I think these Star Wars ones are new, but they haven't done anything with pinball since it was announced back in 2020. We've had the same licenses. So there's another side of this where is AtGames making this monumental shift and getting these great licenses, or are they really picking up sloppy seconds that Arcade1Up were done with anyways? So I'll start with Rascal here. What do you think?
I mean, the timing is kind of impeccable for what you're saying. You could look at it from both sides and make the argument.
Yeah.
Many folks in chat said the same thing you're saying. Those tables didn't sell well. They had their issues. Maybe 1UP didn't want to go ahead and invest in making improvements to them. They weren't seeing enough sales, so they went ahead and said, we tried. Okay, great. I could totally see that as being the reality. We won't know. We may never know.
Yeah.
But it is giving the community and the buyers a choice of what to do. It looks like there's probably going to be a lot of those 1UP pinball machines out there at Costco from what I'm hearing. So this could be a win-win for a lot of folks. There may be a lot of folks that, what? I'm going to go pick up these, $150 pinball machines they're selling at Costco. I'm going to, I talked myself into a membership now.
There you go.
So, I mean, this could be great for everybody.
Yeah.
Sorry, just quick question. I know I've seen people posting about the Costco. We knew the Star Wars pinball was coming to them. Do we know what they're selling for?
I thought it was $650.
$699.
Okay,
$699.
Right.
It's $50
I know you were
less.
kind of being facetious there, Rascal.
I was totally being fastidious. but because that number just came out of the air from I don't know, the Killer Instinct 5-minute sale.
Yeah, it's $6.99. But what's key about these ones at Costco is they have the upgraded PCB that does not overheat. Now, they're not advertising this at Arcade1Up because they don't want to ruin their relationship with their other retailers that have the old stock. But they still, so they're in a predicament. They want to help Costco sell these, but they can't hurt their relationship with their other retailers. So they're not advertising it. But if you're wanting one with a PCB that doesn't overheat, you get the Costco one at $6.99.
I think the biggest thing that's going to help sell that $6.99 Star Wars machine is the first person who buys it and can confirm you can do the mod on it to add all 30 games without breaking your machine.
Yeah.
All right. So Chaotic BPR, what do you think of the idea of this, that what AtGames have picked up here? It's cool, but realistically, maybe Arcade1Up we're done with these licenses anyways.
Yeah, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. Like you said, there's not really much more they could do with the Killer Instinct license. What are you going to do? Build another cab? I mean, or
deluxe? That's the rage now.
Put it in deluxe, but
deluxe XL.
Yeah. But you already did a pro, and you'd really have nothing else in that pro lineup or that pro status. So that pro status really has what deluxe really is, only bigger. It's already an XL as well, So there's really nothing else you can do with it. And they've already said on previous Arcade1Up update shows saying that we don't have any plans to do pinball before. So there's really nothing else to do. So that really makes a lot of sense for them to just be done with these, move on, go to something else.
Chaotic's right. We haven't heard anything new about 1UP coming up with a new pinball. So it's just like having Zen go to AtGames, go into an ALP, I feel is awesome. I feel it's excellent. And they
belonged in the first place, honestly.
I feel it, yeah. And
where they had a store set up to buy tables. That is Zen. They offer tables, they add new stuff. AtGames is really the perfect fit for them.
Yep. Going from, geez, man, we got to go back to where my first virtual pinball was Toy Shock. Got to go back to that and was just like, okay, this was my first one. I appreciated it. It was good for what it was. Horrible lag and all. Sure, there was updated PCBs. Great. We got those. But then, A1UP, Arcade1Up came out with their pinballs, which destroyed Toy Shock. And I was like, well, what can we get from what else can we get instead of a 24-inch screen? Who's going to come out with something even better? And then what? You got AtGames coming out with their ALP, and I loved it, man. It really is. It's a great size. It's perfect, and I'm just really glad they picked up Zen. It's really awesome. I can't wait to see where it goes.
Yeah, it has really been an evolution too. Like if you go from the Toy Shock to the ALP, yeah. And Michael B, a lot of people took their ALP and they really maxed it out. They got the nice back box that it should have had. And they got the PC to run VPX tables. And, AtGames is all about options. And, I think, this new pinball, I'm excited for new people coming into it, and I think it's going to do well.
So, yeah, I'm 4K into my AtGames pinball at this point with the buy stuff back box and the extra PC. Aye.
But, I'm sure you don't regret it because I've seen you playing pinball effects on your current AtGames, and it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So how is the new one not going to be, it's going to be good like that? They added some of the greatness of what you built yourself.
Yeah.
That you had to mod. You had to really get your hands dirty and get into there, figure out all that stuff.
And I don't know what I'm doing.
And, they're going to kind of put that in easy mode. And I think that is a huge win for consumers.
Yeah. What really
Steph sketches, she's going to be able to flick on that switch and play Addams Family in minutes.
Yeah, I told my daughter, she's really big on the Wednesday show now, that they're making an Addams Family table, and she's like, Dad, you have to buy that one. You have to. So the thing that really sold me on it, because I was apprehensive, like a lot of people are, because I have put so much time into my ALP, and I like it a lot. But what sold me was seeing OTG when Wagner did his video and the ease of access with it. It's basically you just hit one button and it comes up on screen, and it's like all three screens, you can identify which ones you want to switch off and stuff. So I was very impressed with the OTG on it, how it looked. And then, of course, hearing the Zen partnership just put it over the top. I was like, that is really friggin' cool, man. So
You mean OTG's not a streamer?
well, there's OTG and then there's OTG, Overthink Gaming, and then there's also what does OTG stand for?
On the go,
right? On the
On
go.
the go.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike B, do you have an idea of how many total ALPs AtGames has sold since they started making them?
I have no idea, but like one of the really interesting things what they're doing with this one is they put out that news that they're making like 15 different skins at 5,000 unit
A
pieces
lot of pinballs.
each.
Yeah,
So we were
that's a
looking
lot.
at
I feel like
possible?
5,000 is a lot, you know,
Yeah,
because
A lot of
Yeah.
pinballs.
Arcade1Up doesn't look at AtGames as like a real competitor to them because
Yeah.
they don't sell the units that Arcade1Up sells.
That's
So I'm trying to understand the 5,000 units. That's how are they going to sell out of those?
I don't know, but I mean to say you're gonna do 75,000 units. Like for example, Arcade1Up on this Pac-Man, they only did like, and with having Costco as a partner with pretty easy to move product like Pac-Man, especially at that price point for the XL, they only made like 14,000. So committing yourself to 75,000 pinballs is kind of nuts, especially when it's $1,500 retail, 2,000 in Canada. So I mean, that's ballsy, man. PK is walking up there. He's like, my pants are full, man. I'm ready to do this.
I guess
Well,
know,
it
the
also
Zen
is over.
partnership.
It
you
is
know,
over
will
a
bring
2-year
people in,
period
so.
too. So.
Yeah. Anyways,
Sorry, I didn't mean to speak over you, Bill.
No, we both did it. I'm sorry too.
Steps, I don't think you had a chance to chime in on this. So what do you think of this aspect that, this is really cool, but it might also be titles that Arcade1Up really weren't high up on their list for keeping anyways?
Yeah, I'm not going to say that Arcade1Up didn't do Killer Instinct right, except for the marketing wise. I think they messed that up. Because I think the actual game plays pretty well, and the
Really
spectate mode was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to beat that. It really is. As far as them getting it, I think it's a good step for AtGames to pick it up because it will start to entice other titles to come over. They'll be like, oh, you got them? Maybe I want to go over there. So I think it helps them. It's a win-win for them, even though Arcade1Up's done with it. The other thing is that Arcade1Up wasn't competing with AtGames on pinball, and it wasn't even close. And when everybody talked about pinball, most people were saying, I want the ALP. And so to me, when I turn on my Xbox, one of the only things I do on that thing is play Pinball FX.
Yeah.
Because I saw you play it and wherever you're playing it, and I go, I could play it on my Xbox, so I did, and I absolutely love playing Indiana Jones. I love playing Addams Family.
Great games.
And
great tables.
The World Cup Soccer, White Water, that game's great. So I think that AtGames needed Zen Pinball, and I think now that they have it, it's like I think it's like the ultimate virtual pinball product right now. I mean, unless somebody could get Stern, but I don't think anybody's gonna go toe to toe with him.
Stern's not working.
Stern will never do a virtual pinball.
Yeah, so there you go.
No.
So there you go.
Doubt it.
So I think that it's in better hands for what they're doing with the licenses. I don't think Arcade1Up may care. They got other things to worry about. But I think it's huge news for AtGames, and it does contribute to a bit of a power shift. AtGames is heading on the way up. Arcade1Up, we're seeing kind of go down, but the question is, are they going to collide and things going to shift again? Because you don't know what's next.
So really quickly, Cornercade, I did send you a link for the show, but unfortunately, since you don't have social media, I actually had to send it out through registered mail, so it's through the Canadian Postal Service. Should get there in about a week or so. You'll have the link to the show then. I love Cornercade. I don't know why he doesn't get social media. He explained it, and it's a perfectly good reason. It just seems so bizarre for somebody not to have a way to instant message them from a computer this day and age. I know I can send it to his wife, but stay away, Cornercade. You don't want to be part of this. So anyways, guys, that was the big one I wanted to talk about right now. This is really cool. I still think it's really cool, even though I can see the other side of it, that this is, obviously these are titles that Arcade1Up may not have had as high on their priority list because maybe losing money with Killer Instinct, maybe with the pinball, there's no path forward for them to make more pinballs. So really, maybe these aren't like the key titles for them to get. But it's also a win-win because AtGames picked this stuff up. It looks huge for them. It is huge for them. And it's awesome for people in the community, the AtGames community, that have been sitting there and playing like, you know, good games, but again, not necessarily the best games available. To have something like this come to their space, Zen Pinball, have all the pinball locked up, and Killer Instinct, you know, it's a huge thing for that community and what we're going to be able to do. And like, you know, maybe we can throw some other names out to AtGames of other games that don't work well through emulation, maybe like Primal Rage. Primal Rage doesn't really work well through emulation. That'd be another cool one for them to get as well. I think people would pay money for that. I know P-Dubs would.
Yeah, I'd say P-Dubs just did.
Yeah, I would like to see AtGames do like a Battletoads cabinet, like their first ever like skinned, you know, authentic replica cabinet.
Mm-hmm.
I could see them maybe selling, you know, one of those reskins for it that they do.
I'm trying to convince them. Baby steps, Biggie D. I'm trying to get them to change the shape of the cabinet first.
I agree.
That's the first thing.
It doesn't look like a real cabinet, and that's the one thing that's kind of sticking. Like even the candy cab style, the iArcade, I thought was more. At least I looked at it, I go, okay, it's a candy cab. The AtGames kind of has its own identity.
Yeah. All right, guys. So I do have some other housekeeping stuff to do. Let me just find this. I got to open up my Facebook again because I closed it. Jason told me to go to Discord, but I got a feeling that's going to be some negative stuff, so I'm not going there just yet, Jason.
So while you're doing that, let me touch on something that we haven't before with AtGames, and that's the fact that it does feel like they're trying to nerf and get rid of CoinOps X. And if that is something, and maybe I'm jumping the gun again, and if I am, I'm sorry, but if that's the way they're going to go and try to keep people from being able to play games that way, then they better get really good titles natively.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they'll never do that. Not in a million years.
Their business would be dead right away.
Their business would be dead. They know that would shoot them in the foot. I don't think they'll ever do that, honestly.
Console fanboy. None of this matters. Next week, New Wave Toys will release their 3/4 scale cab, and it's over. Depends on what the title is, because if it's what I'm hearing, I think people are going to be like, "Oh, really?"
Well, I heard it's not Cuber.
Yeah. So
no, I heard one too, but I also heard. Now they're not going to do that one, so I'm not even going to say it.
So
anyway, Bill, you get all the leaks. Come on, Bill.
Hey, this is a whole other show that Michael B could do. It's Raven.
I'm trying to do better at
Just
this.
wait.
Like, I'm going through the RGT model. Like, I'd make all these shows with like 3 topics. He's like, dude, you're stupid. That's 3 videos. Make 3 separate videos. Make that money.
The man knows his stuff.
Oh yeah, I gotta throw this out there. So I'm not the only person who does YouTube, obviously. Tomorrow night we've got Rascal, we've got Shotgun Sean. I gotta take us off the screen and just leave this up. I'm sorry, I don't know how to do this. I don't know what's going on anymore. Anyways, there's their big thing here. That gaming show. What time are you going live tomorrow night, guys? 9:30 my time, or is it 9 Eastern? You go live?
9 Eastern.
9 Eastern.
Yep.
Giveaway. They're giving away the brand new Adams Family pinball.
It looks like an Evercade, but I'll take that. Shit.
Yeah.
We got an Evercade giveaway tomorrow. One of our viewers is trying to help us.
That's awesome.
Buy subs. Sorry, Mikey B. I buy
That's
subs.
okay.
This way, okay.
Rascal is on fire.
So yeah, one of our viewers said, "Hey, I'm giving away an Evercade. So whoever wins gets their choice, handheld or the Versus."
Yeah, their choice.
Nice.
Awesome.
that's
Very
totally
generous.
good. So we're also going to be holding. I'm going to be actually doing a contest. Gambling. We're going to do over under on how long they go tomorrow night. So the over is at 4.5 hours. The under is around 2. Get your bets in. I'll be putting a board up later.
It is a gaming night, so gaming nights do tend to run late. And God forbid B Kong shows up, even in chat, that adds an extra hour to the show automatically.
Yeah. All right. So also, while we're here, I got to get that off the screen. Whoa.
Hey now.
Uh-oh.
We can't read
People
it.
are always
Text is
mad
too
when I got my
small.
Facebook up because I'm always ratting people out, my groups I'm in. Oh, hold on. Oh my God, Jason, you don't have to do that. Holy shit! Thank you so much, man. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to do that. I'll pay for it, but yeah, we could do that as well. Jason,
Jason
Jason's
giving
too
something
nice.
away again?
Yeah, he's way too nice, man.
He's a good guy.
Jason, I'll pay for it, but we'll do it, man. So, anyways, let me pull this up on screen, guys. And Jason, you didn't have to do that, man. Let me hit you up on this and see what we can do. I just gotta find it because it didn't come up when I clicked your link. So, all right. So let me see if I can find it. You guys just talk amongst yourselves. So everybody, we're gonna be popping out here in the next little while. So what I want you to do, Brad, final thoughts and one more chance to plug your channel. We'll go around in the circle while I try to figure out how to get this up on screen.
I guess my final thoughts are, AtGames is bringing some fire. They're gonna, I like what they're doing. I'm excited for it. Excited to see the new pinball machine. I think the 4K stuff is going to be innovative, and I like that they're not rushing it out the door. They're taking the time to do it right, and they're not going to release it half baked. So I'm feeling good about it. And my channel's Papa Brad's Gaming. Come check it out.
Yeah, man, I can't wait to see how well they do. Killer Instinct, of course, big fan. I really can't wait to see how they go with the pinball. Like, I want to see what they do with Sea of Thieves. I want to see what they do with Killer Instinct. I'm just glad they got these titles. I'm glad they're coming to AtGames. So it's going to be really exciting to see where this goes. But yeah, guys, 9 p.m. tomorrow, giving away an Evercade. Join us, That Gaming Show, down there with that guy, Rascal.
All right, everyone. Once again, Bill's Retro Gaming Show. You check me out on my own channel. You can check me out on Game Time, Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. on the Tech Buzz channel. And look, I'll just say this. After what was a pretty mediocre year for 2023, I'm actually pretty excited for 2024. I think there's going to be some really interesting stuff coming out from a bunch of different companies. And there's a lot to look forward to, whether you're a content creator, whether you're a gamer, whatever you like. I think 2024 sounds like it could be really exciting.
Yeah, I mean, good for AtGames for having the license to get this new stuff. Good thing for the 4K pinball and the 4K machine. Like I said, it's not really my thing. I've never seen one, but
it's not your thing yet until you get to Cleveland, and then you start playing it. You're gonna be like, I like this.
You see CoinOps X, you'll be like, whoa!
We'll see. I mean, I got
everything.
I got CoinOps X on my Raspberry Pi, so I mean, it's cool. It's really neat. But like I said, until I touch it, I don't know it. But I'm Chaotic BPR. I do my own little stuff. I also work with Arcades Anonymous. We do a live stream every Wednesday. Just a couple nerds and me, and we just have a little fun talking about random stuff with the Arcade1Up community, as well as the other home arcade stuff going on. And I do a bunch of. I'm going to start doing console streams and stuff like that, and I'll see y'all at Rascal's show tomorrow. I'm going to see about playing Rocket League with y'all.
Hell yeah, man.
It's a good time, man. Good time.
Me, Steps Gaming, at Steps Gaming on YouTube, all one word, spelled just like it sounds. And I am looking forward to seeing these changes in the home arcade. It's really interesting now. It's like interesting, like what's going to happen? What are we going to see any counter moves? Are they done? Looks like we got a lot to look forward to with AtGames, which excites me because I am really becoming more interested in multi-cades. I do got an AtGames Gamer Pro and a Mini, so at least I'm starting somewhere. So I got that product, and I collab with a lot of other YouTubers as well. I've collabed with Papa's Brad's, I've collabed with Biggie D's, I've been on Michael B, and hopefully I could collab with some of these other people here in the chat in the future. I like being independent. It's all good.
That's the idea, man. That's why I like doing this, bringing people together, creating, good thoughts, good feelings. I'm like, what is it? Brad Goodman from The Simpsons. Do what the boy does.
I did plug my interview earlier, King Creole, but it was, I have David Crane from Activision fame, the co-creator of Activision, coming on Saturday the 30th, 9 p.m. Eastern. So there you go.
All right, I guess I'm up next. Sean kind of said it. Tuesdays, we have That Gaming Show, 9 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow is the giveaway for an Evercade. It's also our monthly gaming night with viewers. So we go ahead, pick 2 or 3 games, stream them, and play online. Lately, we got Sean addicted to Rocket League, so and a few other folks inside our group. So tomorrow, I've got a poll up right now on the channel, and Rocket League and Super Smash Brothers are the ones that are waiting for tomorrow. So looking forward to playing with y'all and seeing y'all out there. And anybody else on here, man? Steps, Chaotic, Bill, Biggie D. Once a month, we do a open mic show. We just bring on anybody. And you're welcome to join us. Michael B's done an hour and a half with us at least.
Which Tuesday is it?
Every Tuesday, but tomorrow is going to be the gaming night and the giveaway. Our next open mic's probably going to be in about 2 or 3 weeks.
Do I have to write a poem?
Haiku.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Biggie D.
I've voted for Super Smash tomorrow, so hopefully that
Awesome.
one wins.
Nice.
So
But I'll
far,
be
it's number
watching,
2, man.
and I'll definitely take you up on the community night and go on air with you guys. But just wanted to let you guys know about my channel. I do a Sunday night stream every Sunday, 7:15 Pacific, 10:15 Eastern. It runs for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Talk home arcade, so definitely check it out. And we're not going to have one next weekend because we're going to be in Cleveland. But when we get back from Cleveland, we'll have live streams every week again when I get back. Also wanted to kind of close out here with just some thoughts on Arcade1Up. Cyrus, he said in his interview on 8/28, number one thing Arcade1Up is focused on right now is affordability. So think low cost, low development cost. It'll cost anywhere from $200,000 to $600,000 for Arcade1Up to develop a new title. So don't expect new titles anytime soon, maybe 1 or 2, and it'll likely be in partnership with Raw Thrills, because Raw Thrills helps them with those development costs on Fast and the Furious and on what we're going to get with the Robotron 2084 and the Smash TV cabinet coming next year. And then also, guys, don't forget about the Actioncade. The Actioncade is coming. So
It's going to be a piece of shit.
be ready for that.
It really is. It's going to be so
Wait, you
stupid.
can't say that. You have an NDA.
No, honestly, if it is what I hear, it's going to be so stupid. And this is actually, what you're saying is actually a great thing, because like all the high production costs has been them trying to make all these crazy like 90s titles that really they probably had no business making.
Yes.
I'm hoping if they're going to lower their costs, one of the really cool things they might do is go back and release some goddamn 80s titles, because they ain't going to cost a lot to actually put out. I mean, Michael Zvebeck made a Space Invaders game overnight by himself and released it on iArcade that was approved by Taito.
It's a great game.
And it's great.
I love it. I
Great.
still
Yeah.
play.
So I'm hoping
Okay,
that
he spent
one of
like a year making that game, though. Honestly.
overnight Space Invaders overnight.
Okay, overnight. Yeah.
They spent a year making it and they couldn't get it approved. And then Michael just sat down on his computer and he's like, "Hold my beer." Got it approved the next day.
Yeah, from the ground up, man.
Yeah.
the
But
ground up.
one of the cool things is it's a lot cheaper to actually do the 80s games. So hopefully this means they're going to go in that direction. So guys, I am sorry for cutting you off, but we had something really cool happen. If you guys know Jason Little Alien, my moderator, great guy, in the community, great guy on all the chats. He's been doing this recently. He really didn't need to do this. So I'm actually going to hit him up and we'll work it out. Maybe I'll pay for it. Maybe I'll pay for half, whatever Jason wants to do, but it's his idea. He deserves the credit for this. So Jason actually suggested one more thing, that we do another giveaway. And he is actually going to give away, we're going to work it out, a New Wave Toys M90 mini blaster replica boombox.
Wow. Who wouldn't want that?
Coming directly
That's
from
sweet.
Amazon. So I don't know, Jason, if you're here, man, how you want to give this away. Wheel Names takes like 45 minutes, but we could do it that way too. Or we could ask a question. What do you want to do, brother?
Do I have to leave the stream so I can try to win this?
No, you can't win. You're here. You're stuck. You guys all made the mistake
where's
of
my
being
alternate
here.
identity? Subscribe to this guy soon. All right, here we go. All right. By the way, Michael B, Little Alien is the guy who's offering up the Evercade tomorrow as well.
Oh my God! Like
Yes.
the nicest dude
Yep.
in the world,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Like he sits here through my garbage every week. Let's do first answer arcade trivia. Yeah. Okay, Jason, you got to come up with the question. I'm terrible at this. So Jason's going to put the question in the chat. He's also going to be the one that picks the winner. Let's wait to see what Jason wants, or you can write me on Facebook and tell me what the question is. I'll ask it live on air.
Do not blur.
Up to you, my man.
All right, we all got to create new names.
This is valid for those in the US and, of course, my friends here in Canada. So anybody can win as long as you're in the North America, Canada, or the US.
How does this thing sound? Does it actually put out some good sound?
I'm waiting to. I haven't had a chance to actually see one. I'm hoping they're going to do this in. They're going to have some there in Cleveland, as well as. I got a real insight for you. Everybody thinks they're bringing 3/4 scale arcades to Cleveland. No. New Wave Toys are bringing 7/8 BMX bike replicas to Cleveland. That's the big. Sound is great. Okay, what do you want to do, Jason? Jason, are you going to throw me the question? Let's see if he sent it in the chat. Can do a wheel or first correct answer. Up to you. If you do trivia.
Here we go.
Oh, here we go. Ooh, here we go. Okay, so we're going to do trivia. And he just put it in the chat. Name the 4 animals you come across in the river in the arcade game Frogger. First person to name all 4 in the chat is the winner of the New Wave Toys M90 Mini Blaster Replica Boombox.
Isn't it the same names as the boys from NSYNC?
100% sure. That's
Okay.
exactly right.
Good. That's where they got the names from.
Polar bears.
Let's see.
Maybe
I
James
think
got it.
MG's got it.
You think MG's got it?
Let me
I
see.
don't know.
No. Let me see.
Jason's the chooser here. He's the official. Donald Don, Ivanka Jared. No Google. Don't do that.
I can do it because I'm not in the damn contest.
That's right. You can Google, but we're waiting for Jason. You got to have eyes like an alligator, turtle, otter, and snake here to see who wins.
Jason's like Oprah Winfrey. You get a boombox and you get a boombox.
Yep.
We
And
have a
nobody got-
winner. Hold
nobody
on.
got it.
Insane the winner.
Suspense is killing me.
So what are we going to expect from New Wave Toys the next weekend?
I don't know. I've heard so many things. I'm excited to play Ghosts and Goblins and Ghouls and Ghosts. But
All right. Well, I've got it here. Let me scroll down and see if I can help him find the winner.
But I'm hoping that New Wave Toys is going to do this huge announcement. I don't think we'll get a physical cab in person, but okay. Jason says Bobby ALU is the first winner on my screen. So Bobby ALU, according to Jason, is the winner.
Nice.
Congratulations,
MG.
Bobby.
Yeah.
MG, I'll hit you up with something as well. Maybe I'll send you a pinball money shirt. But
That thing's sweet, man.
congratulations
That's
to
really
Bobby
cool.
ALU. That is,
Nice.
and Jason.
Congrats.
Jason, you're badass, man. Like, you got to be one of the nicest guys in the community, man. We'll talk about this and we'll get you sorted out. Thank you once again to Jason, my moderator. What an awesome guy. And congratulations to Bobby ALU1 for being the first answer. And MG, I'll do something for you too. I just got to figure it out. Anyways, guys, I apologize. I've kept you here too long. Oh, the answer was turtles, alligators, snakes, and otters. There we go. Anyways, I've kept you here really long. It's super late. Tomorrow's my last full day with my family before I head off to Cleveland. I'm going on Wednesday. So I'm going to go to bed. Thank you, everybody, so much for being here. Hopefully
you,
this
dude. Thank
conversation
you.
was fun.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Most
thanks for having us.
importantly,
Stay legit.
Absolutely. And always stay legit.
go check all these guys out. All of these guys, awesome people. They got great YouTube channels. Don't just get stuck on watching one or two people. There's a bunch of different people out there, and who knows, you might not only just find something interesting to watch, You might find a new friend, a new buddy in the home arcade community. So always explore, find different people to watch, have fun, drink Pepsi, be young, all that stuff. Great. Everybody have a great night. Thank you so much for being here. Ladies and gentlemen,
Elvis has left the building.
this has been the Michael Burry Chill and Chat Experience. Good night, everybody.
Good night.